Hi again, everyone. I'm olliemathews. This is Societal Narcissism, no contribution with this video. But before I get to the subject matter, please go to the Rumble link. Watch on Rumble. I'm monetized over there. So, you guys probably, very recently, I talked about my buddy from Discord, from the online chats. Known this guy, gone on 10 years now. You know, I've known him since he was 21. You know, he's a kid. I met him. And I told you he got his third DUI. It was last month. It was in June 14th. And, you know, the guy had problems and, you know, we're trying to talk him through it. And the guy's been going through some stuff. And apparently 2 nights, I found out last night, couple of the other members reached out to me. They're like, we gotta, Van. I'm like, what? I just talked to him. I know he got another DUI. I just talked to him because I just talked to him. Well, now it's 3 nights ago. Just talked to him 3 nights ago about, told him right to his face, you're gonna die, bro. You're gonna die, and he knew it. He knew it. He was terrified. He was terrified of the withdrawal, like having to go through it. I mean, because this guy, he was just drinking straight poison. He was drinking these 99s. I don't know. I mean, if you know what those are, they're like these little sleeves. He was drinking 2 sleeves of 99s. If you know what those are, you're better off drinking fucking Drano. And then, as always, with booze comes the fucking cocaine. And he's shoveling mounds of fucking cocaine up his nose. And 2 nights ago, he had a massive heart attack and brain dead, and they pulled the plug on him. He's gone. Just like that. Now, I know this guy's... I was his friend for 10 years, so we all were, When I'm not doing this, I'm usually in some kind of video chat. That's what I do. And these 2 worlds rarely cross. Only my closest friends on there. I even discuss what I do. And the problem, I'm just going to use his screen name, is Van. And the problem with Van was once he got started, like he just couldn't stop. And the thing with Van was, he knew what I did. We talked for years ad nauseum about his family situation. His mother was a complete junkie. His father died at the same age. Same way. Drank and coked himself to death. And then he was being raised by the father's mother and still living with her, with his new wife to this day. And I told him 3 nights ago, okay, what is the common denominator? Van, what's the common denominator here? What is the common denominator in all of these things? My grandmother. Yeah, she's enabling all of it. But she's old, she's sick, I got to take her here, I got to take her there. I'm like, dude, you're 31 years, you just turned 31, you got your 3rd fucking DUI, you're miserable, your mother's a fucking junkie who you goddamn hate, your father died when you were 18, drank and coked himself to death, and the next night he does it. What's the common denominator here, Van? Who's enabling all this shit? She is, but, her and her sister, his aunt, her sister, 2 boomers, 2 more boomers. Grandmother got off on it. She liked to see her children and her offspring in a constant state of fucking chaos. She liked him getting those DUIs. Why? Because now he's trapped in that fucking, in that condo with her. And I liked his wife, and I like his wife. She's a nice girl, but she's very immature. Told me, because he was been talking about since the DUI, like he knew he had to give it up. He knew there was something wrong. You could look at him, you could see it. You could see there was something wrong. And all of us were like at the point with him, like we can't do it with you right now. We can't. Because when he was high and drunk, you couldn't talk to him. He was just blah, 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 motor mouth. And it's different because our server, like the chats I hang out with are stoner chats. We smoke weed, and smoke concentrates. There's some edibles, some people are doing shrooms. That's fine. Never any hard drugs, and we never tolerated drunks, except for Van. Because Van wasn't one of those when we first met him. He was just casual, and we watched this whole fucking thing unfold in front of us over the course of 10 years. And then the people I was talking to last, like Zombie and most of us were just like, we can't deal with you like this. We can't. Zombie, like a lot of people just blocked him because they couldn't deal with the constant, drug ranting and, just motor mouthing. And then when he comes down, he's like, I'm sorry. But that's the problem with those substances. They take away all your inhibitions to have any type of filter on yourself whatsoever. But like I was saying, with the wife, he knew he had to quit. Everybody was kind of like just keeping him at bay. He would, I'm not calling it love, but he would text bomb my DMs, like when he would get because he'd be like, because he knew how much I liked him. And he really, really respected, me. He told me, he was like, I look at you like a brother, because you fucking give me good advice. You help me, and he told me his wife, his wife, I got to give this up. And she told him, she's like, well, I'm not giving up drinking. And I'm like, bro, what have I said about these type of people? It's like, you keep bringing in the same type of personality as your mother. And you're like, exactly. So what did you marry? What a waste. What a waste. 31 years old. Smart kid. Smart guy. Good looking guy too. Real Charlene or Euphrey rarely comments on anybody else. But she's like, wow, that's a good looking kid. I'm like, yeah, he is. And I told her, she's like, I can't believe it. That kid had so much going for him, and look at this. Now what? So it's a reminder to everybody, don't mess around with these substances. If you have a problem, you need to admit it and deal with it. Okay? These substances kill. Alcohol kills. It addicts you physically, mentally, emotionally, and it will kill you. Cocaine, I don't even have to. I hate that fucking drug. I hate that fucking drug. I fucking hate it. I saw what it did to Tommy. I saw what it did to my fucking The entire boomer generation all fucking hopped up on that shit. What it's done to society through crack cocaine and everything else they fucking do with it. The shit destroys lives. And then the problem with that fucking drug, okay, and again, other than marijuana products, I have never taken a quote-unquote drug in my life that wasn't prescribed to me. Ever. Ever. Oh. But that fucking cocaine. That fucking cocaine, even when people get off the cocaine, they can't stop talking about how awesome the coke days were. They weren't. They weren't. You're all deluding your fucking selves. All of you. How do you look at this substance and see what it does to people and know that it kills people and sees that the fucking issues it has caused in your life and then go like, oh, but those coke days were awesome. Oh, were they? Were they? Fucking idiots. At least I can say for fucking Tommy, he never fucking seemed to enjoy it. He was miserable the whole time he ever stuffed anything or drank anything. But yet he did it because we all have our demons. What a waste. If you got somebody, if you're trying to make a change in your life, and you got somebody who's tells you they're not going to support you or they're going to keep doing the thing that you're trying to get away from, they're telling you what your value is. Get away from them. You got to value yourself more than some sociopath that's just trying to get something off of you. I just 3 nights ago. And I feel guilty because I had to even cut him off 3 nights ago because once the DMs start, they don't fucking stop. They just boom, 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 boom until he fucking passed out. But here's what the reality is, I slept on it, and what I realized at this point is, we were telling him he was going to die. It was obvious there was something wrong. You could look at him and see that there was something wrong. I got to think at this time, at this point, more likely than not, the withdrawal would have killed him too. Because the damage had already been done. Because you're trying to DT off of booze and cocaine, that's a raw, I don't know I've never experienced it, but you talk to anybody who's done it or seen it, looks pretty brutal. Looks real brutal. And if he was already in a condition to have a heart attack at 31, I don't know what kind of chances he would have had to survive that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm sure the grandmother will now, pick up more boomer supply off this. Oh, my son died this way, and now my grandson, his son died this way, and, the woman he married was a complete drug addict, and she's all drugged out, and, huh. And not only can the grandmother not take care of herself, her sister can't take care of herself, and this kid had been... the grandmother he'd been in charge of the grandmother and the aunt since we met him at 21 years old. So I'm sure that didn't help his mental state very much either. He had a lot of issues about his dad and, because he was trying to get close to his dad when his dad died, and Same way. Father drank and coked himself to death and just massive heart attack. Game over. So, if you don't break away from the boomer, they'll force you to repeat the prophecy over and over and over again. If you have a problem with these substances, admit it. Do something about it. Because you can be gone just like that. So, I'm going to go do my workout. You know, clear my head. I'll definitely be back with more videos today. So, oh, how depressing. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. If you haven't watched the video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Subscribe to me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.